Hey everybody, it's Beatrice. Okay, so we're going to get ready to start the makeup tutorial. Before I begin, I'd just like to mention to you the jewelry that I'm wearing today. It's from Leah Sophia. This is their Raspberry Splash necklace, and I also have the matching earrings, which I just love. We're getting into the deeper winter months, so why not start celebrating Valentine's Day coming up a little early. I love the pink in here and the black. It just really seems to offset the white sweater that I've got on. Well, anyway, what we're going to do today is show you how I do my makeup. As I mentioned previously, what I do is I start with applying my concealer and my corrector. This is Bobbi Brown's. I know that it's very used, but it's Bobbi Brown's Corrector. I start with it in Bisque. I apply it to the under circles of my eyes, the under part of my eye, to get rid of the dark circles. The corrector is great for particularly getting rid of red areas. Sometimes when you don't get a good night's sleep, the corrector will even that out. I then put on the warm Ivory concealer, which I mentioned previously, and that will go in the corner of my eye where I want more of a highlight. And as you can see, it really brightens that up. It makes my eye look pretty neutral, which is the perfect canvas to start applying my makeup. Then I apply, and I've already put this on in the interest of time, but then I apply my Revlon Skinlights, which I mentioned previously, and I know that Revlon no longer makes Skinlights, but as I mentioned earlier, they do make an age-defying spa face illuminator, which seems to have a similar effect. But there are a number of great illuminating products out on the market today. I know that Target carries a line of Boots drugs. They make Boots makes a great illuminator. It's kind of like a pink luster, luminescent lotion that you can put on your face. You can mix that with a little moisturizer, just a teeny bit of your favorite foundation, and put that on your face. I love the Revlon Skinlights or other products like that because they give my face an aura of luminosity. After that, I applied my MAC Skin Finish and Natural, Mineralize Skin Finish Natural in Medium Plus. And again, I just use my stippling brush to put that all over my face. A lot of people use their stippling brush to also put their foundation on. I just happen to use mine for my my Mineralize powder from MAC. And then, of course, as I mentioned before, my Bronze Goddess from Estee Lauder. I just put it at the crown, on the sides of my temples, and on my jawline. Don't go too heavy on it. You certainly don't want a fake tan look. That would be the kind of the kiss of death. I mentioned earlier that MAC's powder blush in Peaches was discontinued. This is their sheer tone blush, but I noticed when I went on their website this morning, they still have the Peaches shade. So I think that's great. I love this shade. And of course, I just apply that to the apples of my cheeks. Give me enough of a fresh glow so that I can look like I'm pretty healthy when maybe I'm not. This is the cream color base that I mentioned previously in Luna. This again is a MAC product, and it is a luminescent cream that I apply ever so gently just to the tops of my cheekbones, any area where light is going to hit, and I'm going to really want to look like I've got a healthy glow. Healthy glow is what I am all about, and I know a lot of my friends, and you certainly, are probably interested in looking healthy and not washed out. So next we're going to start with on the eyes, and we're going to apply the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I mentioned earlier they now have it in this professional size. It's fantastic. I think it's easier to apply. The smaller genie bottle type way that they still sell it It comes with a doe's foot applicator, and it's just kind of awkward for me. I like to control where my makeup's going, so I love using my fingers. I, of course, clean my hands before every application. So you just want to put a thin layer of that on, and what this primer potion does is it enables you to keep your eyeshadow on throughout the day. It prevents creasing. You know, you don't feel like, gee, is my makeup all worn off by the time 5 o'clock rolls around. You want it to last well into the evening, since so many of us, you know, we're not in a position to take our makeup off until we're ready to go to bed. So what we want to do is next apply our eyeshadow, and as I mentioned previously, believe it or not, I love the Wet n Wild highly pigmented eyeshadows. They're very inexpensive. I think they're of outstanding quality, particularly for drugstore shadows. And so, unfortunately, as I mentioned before, their shadows aren't named, but what I do is I start with this gray light base and apply that over the primer potion that I just put on. And that will just serve as a nice backdrop for the color that on which I'm going to overlay the rest of the colors. Next, I'm going to use this purpley color right here, lavender color. I guess I should give it a fancy name, like the way that MAC or some of the other higher priced cosmetics name their colors, but really it's kind of a lavender purple color. I'm just going to lay that into the crease right here. I'm going to pay special attention to kind of bring it out gently, just feather it out to the edges and create a V here, which is what so many of us have learned. I'm going to take another brush. Unfortunately, these are cheap brushes. They're not even marked, but I do plan to replace them with better quality brushes soon. But for now, they work. This is more of a cranberry color, which I think is very pretty. In fact, Mischievous, if any of you follow her, just had a very nice holiday tutorial using cranberries and golds and other colors for the holidays. So I love this cranberry color. I was so delighted to see her do that. And she also uses gold, by the way. I don't use this gold color, but you could certainly use you know, one of Wet n Wild's gold colors if that's, you know, the effect that you want to achieve. Plenty of opportunity to do dupes here. So that's the basis of the eye. What I'm going to do is use my MAC 224. This is a real MAC brush. I've had it for a long time. I clean it. It is wonderful. I'm going to use the old windshield washer effect on my eye here, just to get rid of the harsh lines and help, you know, create a softer look for my eye. Finally, I'm going to take another brush and just to apply this brown color to create a little bit of a smoky look, which I love. I love that dramatic smoky look that is so popular right now. I hope it doesn't go out of style for a long time because I just love it. I think it really transforms my eyes. I was unfortunately not born with the most attractive eyes without makeup, but certainly with makeup on, I think they look pretty darn good. Let's see, from there what we want to do is apply our Rimmel waterproof eye definer that I mentioned earlier. This is the 261 Noir. You can find this in most drugstores. I happen to buy this one in Kmart. And so what we're going to want to do is just make a line along the tight line, which is the upper lid, just close to the lash line. Going to want to get it in there, right under the eyelid. You don't want a lot of your bare skin showing because it unfortunately will make you look older. And then just a little bit of the waterline. I don't like to bring it all the way through. I think that it makes my eye look enclosed personally. I don't know why I do the things that I do, but that's just one of them. And then finally from there I will use my Maybelline Line Stilletto, which is the felt tipped eyeliner. I love this because there's so much incredible control in applying this. It creates a beautiful line. It's like using a felt tip marker on your face. Whoever thought up of kind of marrying the felt tip marker in with makeup, that was a brilliant move. I think it just really gives us a lot of control over how we're applying our makeup. Now, on for the brows. I mentioned Wayne Goss. I had recently seen him, and he gave out tips for applying eyebrow color, and one of the things that he mentioned was you want to try to bring your brows in as close as you possibly can to de-accentuate your nose. Now, I don't have a large nose, but it's not a tiny nose either, so I kind of like his view on things. If you notice, I did lick my brush. This is an angled brush that I got at a CVS, I think. I learned that little trick from Juicy Tuesday, so if anybody subscribing to my channel likes Juicy Tuesday, you may have seen that that's how she puts her brows on. So essentially what we're doing here is we're doing one line and angling that underneath, and then another line over the top. And I'm sure that I'm oversimplifying it again. There are some great tutorials. I also mentioned Wayne Goss in my last one, and I just mentioned him a minute ago. There's so many good tutorials on how to do your brows, and I do think that they make you younger, and they make you look more polished, and with the right implement, I think you can look like $1,000,000 when your eyebrows are great. Finally, I'm going to apply my freebie, my Buxom Lash Mascara, and of course I love it. This is by Bare Essentials. I got this with a recent purchase at Sephora, and hey, free mascara is the best mascara, right? It goes on great. I don't know if there's anything particularly outstanding about it, but for me it goes on great. It's black. That's the color that I like to use. For a long time I used a light brown. I don't know why. I think black makes your lashes much more dramatic and nice. And I've already done over there, so just put a little bit more over here and do the lower lashes. By the way, every now and then I do use the L'Oreal. They make this double extend mascara. This is fantastic for really lengthening your lashes. The only thing, you have to put this white stuff on first, let it dry a little, and then put the mascara part on, which is really almost like a polymer, like a plastic. It dries and it has the ability to really extend your lashes. It works very, very well. The only comment that I would have on this is at night when I go to take off my makeup, it doesn't really come off that well with eye makeup remover. This, no problem. It's just like every other mascara. It's fantastic. I think that is it for now, and so I am going to do my lips now for you. The final step. I mentioned earlier that the Bombshell Suite had a wonderful tutorial recently on doing some fabulous, she has wonderful lips, and she recommends using the Soar color from MAC as the lip pencil. So what we're going to do there is just create a lip line. And if I had done my homework, I would have sharpened this pencil for you, but fortunately the color is still coming out. Finally, I want to finish up with my Viva Glam Gaga. This is a limited edition lipstick that I bought from MAC. They are sold out online, but I was able to get this at my local Nordstrom, so you may still be able to get it, but it is limited edition. I would say a comparable shade to this would be Saint Germain, Snob, some of the other light pink colored lipsticks. And then finally, what I want to do is finish up with my cream sheen glass. Again, I was a little misleading in my original video by saying they no longer make, MAC no longer makes this. They do. They still make the cream sheen glass. They just don't make this color, which is ever so rich. But I think I mentioned a substitution online as a call-out box on my last video, so you might want to look for that. Anyway, that's my look for today. Look up Leah Sophia. It's wonderful. I bought these last year. I think they still sell them. If they don't, I know their spring catalog, it sounds like my advisor is telling me, is coming out soon. They have some wonderful pieces, especially if you're still working and just looking to really create a fashionable look to offset your work outfit, or even if you're going out for dinner. You know, I find that their jewelry is really wonderful and very striking. So that's it for today. We'll see you next time, and that's it for from my boudoir. Take care. Bye-bye.